Yeah, and you're loud and clear, man. So
Yeah, man. So you in Auburn, huh?
yeah, I'm in Auburn, man. So you must have just checked it out then, huh?
Yeah, I saw that Auburn, Alabama up under your name, man. I'm from born and raised in Montgomery.
Okay.
I almost went to Auburn when Cliff Ellis was the basketball coach.
Oh, now don't get me wrong. I'm not from Auburn, man. I've been here a year, So
Oh, okay, yeah. I almost went there, man, and I ain't have no confidence coming out of high school. I went up there and they had this 6'7" shooting guard name. I think his name was Brian Smith out of Huntsville.
Okay.
I went there one day and saw that. I said, man, this nigga here long as hell, And I felt like I could get at him, but
right.
They went that boy. That star. I think he got drafted. I don't think he went pro too long, but he was pretty good. And they had Chris Porter out of Abbeville down there.
Okay. Well, shoot, I can't tell you.
Chris Porter
I can't. Yeah, I got you. I can't tell you much about, man. The Auburn Collegiate, man. So, like I said, I've only been here a year. I'm from the West Coast. I'm from San Francisco, man. So,
yeah, I used to go out there to Irvine. My brother actually lived out there in Irvine, and I would go.
Okay.
And stay. He used to fly me into John Wayne, and we'd hang out. And, it's a beautiful place out there, man. It's real beautiful.
That's right. Yeah, that's right. There's no place like it, man. So, and then I'm here.
Took it over though. What's your opinion on the whole what's his face? What's his face? George Lopez in that little comment he did.
Oh, talking about the what I've seen of it is what Crystal Carrison, posted, and what I think Chrissy posted. So just a little clip of him telling the chick to get out, that hey, get your ass out or some shit like that.
Yeah.
Man, I really don't have an opinion about it, man. So, and I'm wondering why Chrissy and Chrislyn, they're the only.
Chrissy a sharp sister, man.
Chrissy, she sounds kind of sharp, Chrissy, man. So
that sister, bro. If I had a shot at her, I don't know what she looked like, but she talks real nice.
Her conversation, but the problem is she won't let nobody get at it. And
well, I mean, no, I think she's in a relationship with a guy.
Well, no. When I say get at it, I mean, I got a problem with YouTubers that come on and use YouTube as their platform to bash, and then when they bash, they don't allow anybody, to challenge what they say. It's okay.
Chrissy's one of the most even sisters. She's not. I wouldn't put her in the same category as Crystal Carrison. Chrissy. To me, I kind of understand a sister like that. Now, I may be wrong, but she's pro-black, or she even calls herself conscious. I don't like that whole conscious concept, but I respect this sister because she's about action. Like, if you listen to her, she's about getting out here and building, and she's about being, she goes at the sisters and she goes at the brothers. I done listen to a whole damn channel. I done seen videos where she getting on the sisters and she telling them, look, man, y'all need to stop this, like this whole colorism thing. Y'all need. So she going at the sisters, and then she go at the brothers talking about you didn't build. So at the end of the day, and I listen to Jason Black. I'm more like Jason Black. He's more rigid.
Now, see, all these names I don't. Yeah, I know these names. Jason Black.
Jason Black just premiered a documentary called Gentrified. He did 7 a.m. a couple of years ago. 7 a.m. was a beast. I loved it. It was basically talking about why black people are the poorest demographic. Why are we where we are economically? Why are we, and there are certain reasons as to why. And he breaks that down. He talks about it. And people,
okay.
I was actually about to do a video in response to Obsidian today. I used to rock with Obsidian, but I mean, I've kind of stepped away from him. And this isn't personal. I don't know the brother. But I just felt like he goes after, he points the finger at certain things, and he never accepts the idea that black people have been subjugated through different, avenues throughout the federal government, throughout a lot of different things. People ignore that shit, and they just talk like, y'all just, because I could easily go and talk about Chicago. Easy. Chicago, I'll be the first person to say, Chicago is a hellhole. It's a lot of stuff going on in Chicago. People getting killed.
It's that's an area of Chicago. That's not Chicago.
Exactly.
That's
exactly.
Area.
Yeah. So what I'm saying is this: like, I'm from Montgomery. We got double the murder rate Chicago got. It's just
right.
So Chicago, in the grand scheme of things, isn't that bad.
Right.
But,
exactly. So
yeah, but let's be honest. Like, if you look at Chicago, I'm from Montgomery. If you go down to Montgomery, get a chance, go down to Montgomery, you're gonna see signs everywhere saying "enough is enough." And
right. Yeah.
Those signs are basically, it's a campaign ran by black churches came together and they got tired of all the violence, and you got a lot of people that used to run commercials on TV saying certain things about, we need to come together and stop all this violence, and we need to stop. So it wasn't that black people are just so cool. Like, if somebody killed my cousin, oh, well, he was black, so he's cool. But if you listen to people like Obsidian, it's almost like you're thinking that black people are cool. When we've done movies like Chirac, we've done, as much as people didn't like that movie, it did bring light to the black on black crime. We've done so many videos. We've done, there's a lot of positive people in the black community that are trying to do something about it. But because we don't own the stage, our stage isn't as loud as a lot of whites. So the whites want to point at us being upset about a cop choking and killing a brother. He's getting away with it. He become a damn billionaire through GoFundMe. And you think don't understand why we got a problem.
Right. Exactly, man. The whole black on black crime is overstated, man. So the rate of black on black crime is no more than the rate of Asian on Asian or white on white crime. And so it's just that Asian on Asian crime doesn't make TV. It's not interesting. White on white crime is not interesting, man. So unless it's some knucklehead walking into a theater, shooting up a bunch of people, going into a school, killing up a bunch of kids, some teenagers shooting, going on a little rampage, that's the only time it make the news. But when it's just, just whites in white trailer trash, America killing each other, doping each other up, nah, that's not interesting. For white, you have to keep in mind that blacks are only 40 million in this nation. And there's 370 million people. So 330 million people not interested in seeing their own crime. They're only interested in seeing the crime that blacks do to blacks. So, and then on top of that, blacks enjoy seeing the crime that we do to each other. So we even add to those numbers, rather than calling out, I hear Tommy Sotomayor, repeat shit that what that dude, Milo Yiannopoulos, a fucking homosexual, say, or get on national TV and say, police have killed more whites than blacks. Okay, well, if you're willing to say that, then you're by definition saying that police are more afraid of whites than blacks, if that's true. But then on top of that, you haven't seen the police kill any whites. Of all of these whites that you hear about.
Let me interject one thing about the killings, bro. This is the thing that people do not talk about.
Right.
It is voluntary for each law enforcement agency to report to the FBI. They have to voluntarily report their homicide if they kill somebody.
Right. That's right.
The FBI report, and even the FBI report shows that we are disproportionately targeted by cops.
Right.
If we make
exactly.
It should be commensurate with the amount of percentages that we make of the nation. So 13%.
Right.
13% of cop killers should be black.
Right.
Shit, about 45% of them is black.
Right. So now that, hey, for that, we shouldn't ever even argue that. Now, this is what I say to that. I hate using the term disproportionate. Would you care if it was proportionate? Would you be okay with it if it was proportionate?
I'm gonna be completely honest with you, man. I'm gonna stick straight to the numbers. We are
no. But I'm asking you.
I'm saying I have to use the word to answer the question. I have to use it. So we are disproportionately poor, and in poor communities, people tend to commit crime. So
that's true. But I'm asking you, would you be okay with it if it was proportionate?
If it was, that would mean we're not poor. So yeah. Because then that means we're economically, those brothers got jobs, they're not out in the streets selling drugs, they're not doing the certain things that would lead to that type of crime involvement where they be exposed. So yeah, I'd rather see us get 13% of the cop killers. That means that these brothers ain't out there putting themselves in harm's way.
Well, versus what it is, but you still wouldn't be okay with it. So I get what you're saying, but you wouldn't be okay with it. You wouldn't be okay with black on black crime if it was, you know, proportionate to white on white crime.
Wait,
you wouldn't be okay with.
I thought you meant cops.
What just what cops, crime in general, you know. So but back to what I was saying about the cops doing it is, again, you know, have you seen one cop killing of somebody, of a white child?
The one that they did, the two brothers, it was a black cop. They locked their ass up in 24 hours.
Now, hold on. Yeah, you talking about what happened in Marksville, Louisiana?
Yeah.
So but did you actually see the two brothers putting bullets into a white child?
No, I saw the video of them after the fact.
Right, you saw after the fact. So again, have you seen any black cops or any white cops choking out a white man?
Hell no.
Have you seen any video
wait, I take that back. It wasn't no black cops, white cops.
Okay, I'm just
killed the crazy.
Killed what?
Killed the guy. I seen them. They tortured a guy that was mentally ill to death, and he was screaming for his life. I've seen that, but you know,
was it black or white?
You know how they do? They come and stand in front of the camera so you can't record. And the guy sitting back there choking the guy screaming and crying, "Please stop, please." He just killed him. Like, that's the type of evil, demonic ass cops we got pumping all these damn steroids. I can't stand cops.
Right, but I got you. But so keep in mind what I'm asking. So you know, you haven't seen MSNBC, ABC, CBS, Fox, you know, TNT. You haven't seen them run any footage of a white kid being killed. You haven't seen them run any footage of a black woman, of a white woman being shot in her car, or a white woman being shot sitting in it. You see what I'm saying? You haven't seen, you know, now you might read stories about it. You might hear that, the cops did this, but you don't see it. But you see images of cops killing black folk. That's what I'm saying? You actually see it. So do you think white America saw, let's just say that kid in the park in Cleveland had been white, rolled up and shot a white child, do you think white America would be okay with it? You think white America would say,
no, his ass would be gone.
Hell, exactly. Exactly. If Alton Sterling had been white, do you think white America would
I'm gonna tell you what really struck me about that Alton Sterling situation. It wasn't the killing video. It bothered me. It did. When they killed Alton Sterling there. It ripped my heart out to see him crying for his dad. I mean, it really did. It just he's like, I want my daddy. He started crying. If that had been a white kid, let alone a blonde-haired, blue-eyed white girl.
Right.
Because I don't know what it is. Blonde-haired, blue-eyed white girls get away with murder. They can rape little kids in the school. And it's not.
That's right. Yeah. Right. Hey, should they get away? Should they get away with drowning their kids? They get away with drowning their kids in the trunk of cars and saying a black man did it, man. So
this is shit.
You get away with a lot of shit. Yeah.
So what my answer is this. My question is this: what do we do about it? Because we all see it.
Right. So, but here's my point. But here's my point: is anytime you hear somebody use that statistic, well, police kill more white people, you ask them, you know, well, have you seen it? Because I'm not here to argue with whether or not that's true. I'm here to argue, have you seen it? Because if you've seen it, I know damn well you'd be pissed off just like I am, and you'd be out here wanting to have them fucking police necks. So it's you know, when I hear people say, well, Black Lives Matter is full of shit, you know that all lives matter. So if you say Black Lives Matter and then I say all lives, well, first things first, if you yell Black Lives Matter, who are you yelling it to?
I mean, that's I don't know.
No, just answer my question. If you were yelling,
say, you're yelling it at us.
I know, no. So, but you understand what I'm saying? If you're out here marching saying Black Lives Matter, Black Lives, who are you saying that to?
White people.
No, you're not saying it to white people. Who are you saying it to? You're saying it to the police. You're saying it to the police, right? You're saying it to law enforcement. So if I get out here and
controlled by white people.
Right. So and if I get out here and say all lives matter, who am I saying it to?
Black people.
Right. Why am I saying it to black people? I should be saying it to the same person, you know, that the person saying Black Lives Matter to. Because if we're saying the same thing, you know what I'm saying? So it's okay for them to say all lives matter. It's just who you saying it to. Because if all lives matter, then Black Lives Matter. You don't need this, a person that believes all lives matter shouldn't tell me all lives. Fuck yeah, I agree with that. That's why I'm telling you Black Lives Matter. I'm over here telling police Black lives matter. You come up talking about, well, all lives matter. Why the fuck you telling me? You need to be telling that to the police. While I'm standing here yelling Black lives matter, you need to be standing here yelling to them all lives matter. We need to be.
Well, let's be honest though. That's why when they killed those cops last summer, I'm gonna be completely honest with you. Like, fucked up as it was to kill those cops, because those guys probably didn't have shit to do with it. And from what I hear, Dallas was one of the quote unquote good, municipalities and police.
Right.
When they shot them cops, white America got a chill up their damn spine, and they started to realize you can bleed too, your ass can die too. And they needed to see that shit. They needed to see that black folks will get to a certain point where we will die for what the fuck we believe in. We know, but see, that's the difference between us and whites. White people run the world because they're willing to die before they're subjugated. And black people are like, fuck it, well, we'll just be subjugated. I mean, ain't nothing we can do. I mean, even during the Civil War, before the Civil War, there were a lot of black people that put their lives on the line. They were called abolitionists. There's a big myth. There's a big myth going around that abolitionists was the white evangelical. That's bullshit. They hijacked that. It was 90. It was 75% black people.
That's right. Yeah, your first abolitionist
itself. It was a lot of black folks out there.
Right. Your first abolitionists were black, man. So
yeah, look, 25% that were white were kind of like liberal, and they stuck, but they get the glory for that shit. Right. No, it was black people in the North that were the abolitionists. These are people that were willing to die, doing the Underground Railroad. The 25% was just probably the black Southerner houses that they had in the damn Underground Railroad. Other than that, up north it was mostly a black movement. Right. But they stolen it and taken all the glory. So black people, when we get to the point where we're willing to die for what we believe in, then I think we'll move ahead. Now, what do I mean by that? I'm not saying be stupid and unintelligible, and just go full out war against white people when they armed to the teeth and we don't have nothing. That's stupid.
Well, your enemy is not white. Well, so just because your enemy is not white people. You got white enemies, but your enemy is not white people. So your enemy is anybody that supports white supremacy. So and
well, yeah, but let's be honest. I mean, let's an intelligent way to attack white supremacy is to first think logically. What is the best step to take to empower myself? Because there's only two ways. They got the strongest military on the planet. So you're not finna.
Well, hold on. They got the strongest military on the planet because we're in it. That's the honest to God. That if the black man wasn't in the United States Army, the military, the American military would be fucking the shittiest military on the planet.
Let me say this right here. Yeah. Hold on. The reason I'm saying we got the strongest military is because if you look at the federal budget for the last 40, 50 years, damn near 65% of our federal tax dollars have been going to military spending. And Lockheed Martin and General Dynamics and all these contractors who develop technology, we have the strongest military. That's what I meant. I didn't want to talk about the actual personnel.
Yeah. So, I mean, but
so what the point I'm trying to make is that if we get unruly as a people and say, fuck it, we finna take over Atlanta. Ain't that for the Governor Nathan Deal in Atlanta? So okay, let me get on the phone, call out the National Guard.
Right, exactly. So that's right.
So that's stupid. That's stupid. Right. You're not ready for that type of revolution. So the other revolution is economic. And that's the point I was trying to get to.
Right. So, but if the National Guard come out, it's not going to be just white boys coming out. See what I'm saying? So
yeah, but I mean, let's be honest. Those brothers got paychecks. A lot of brothers will be afraid to go out here and get involved in some shit like that. So they probably would still help them. They're not gonna go. If you're in the military, you gonna just commit insurrection and go against your leader. You're gonna probably do what he tells you.
Right, exactly. Right. That's what I'm saying. So you're talking to an infantryman, an ex-soldier. So
yeah, so I get that. I remember the first page, and you were on there and you actually said that. So I get that you in the military, but I'm just telling you.
So, right.
Brothers ain't gonna just break rank just because they're in the military.
Right, exactly. So
brothers that's in the military. My brother's 3rd Recon, so I know he knows some stuff. My brother know how to.
Right.
If it come down to it, he done sat there and showed me what could be done, how to do stuff. He know how to kill people.
Exactly. So he was trained.
Brothers out there it'll be a formidable fight if brothers organized. But for the most part, even the brother that shot the cops, it took some work to kill him. It wasn't just they had to use a damn robot to kill his ass.
Right, exactly.
They couldn't just kill him because this brother knew his stuff.
Right, exactly.
So, exactly. Just like the guy out there, the cop that went rogue out there in California that they had to kill with some drones.
Right, the black cop. It was a black cop.
They used federal U.S. government issued drones to kill him.
Right, right, exactly.
Hand-to-hand battle, they couldn't fuck with him because he knew his shit.
Exactly.
So I respect black men that know that. It's a lot of brothers that they was organized like the Black Panthers. A lot of those guys were ex-military. They knew their stuff. We're very trained with the best military on the planet.
Right. Exactly. Exactly.
The only way that the other weakness that white supremacy, because their power or its power comes from its economy. It emanates from its economy.
Right. Right.
So if you're going to go after white supremacy, you have to go after its economy, and you have to believe. And just like that's why I had this hangout with the brother Black Men Taking Back Our Communities. This brother is very intelligent. He makes a point. We cannot deify white supremacy to the point where we're unwilling to even start a business, to even because we feel like, man, as soon as I try something, it's gonna fail. I can't, the white man's gonna beat us down. We can't do ass off around me. I can't stand weak, defeated niggas.
Right. Hey, there you go. Defeated. You can, anybody that comes at you with that defeated, personality, that mentality, they're already. So, but again, that's not. So you got to know the difference between white supremacy and giving regular white folk power over you. So I get what you're saying when you say we can't deify, white supremacy. You have to call white supremacy out, but you'll deify white supremacy by making everybody white. So you end up making white supremacy all powerful by making every white person a white supremacist, when every white person is not a white supremacist. The system is set up, to be against you. The system itself is set up. It's set up to be against white folk. And so once you learn that, then you say, okay, well then what can we do to tear the system down? We're not here to tear down white folk. We're not here to tear down Asian folk, because there are black folk who are cool with the system the way it is, who will fight to the death to keep the system the way it is. You got to change some minds first. You got to get people to see that, hey, this system is against you and me and us as a collective. It's not just against brown people. It's not just against Asian people. It's not just against gays. It's against a collective, a large number of people. So as long as y'all here saying,
and that's where we differ. I'm at the point where I cannot. If you give me 1 second, let me get this out, because this
okay,
takes.
Go ahead.
I have to build this statement. I can't just throw it out in a sentence. So you go back, you look at what happened after the Civil War.
Right.
1865 to 1890 was parenthetical period, Reconstruction period. Black people did a lot of great things, right? Then in 1890, the roles of the Klan shot way up, and they started really going after blacks, because blacks were starting to really take over, because you took people that work 18 hours a day and set them free and told them, now every dollar you make is yours.
Right, that's right.
What's gonna happen? And you go back and run the deed. I flipped houses for 7 years. You go back and run the deed on any one of these houses in the South, especially Pike County down there in Alabama, that was all black owned. My great-great-grandfather owned land down there. He was a sharecropper.
Right.
They worked and saved up $4,000-$5,000 cash way back in the 1890s and 1800s and bought cash without a bank, right? Because these were some hardworking, disciplined black folks. They could read within the first 10 years. 90% of us could read after we had been freed from slavery. That's how good. So we were great. We were a powerful people, right?
That's right.
You come in, you got Jim Crow. Here comes Jim Crow in 1890, the black codes. Now all of a sudden, here comes all these foreigners from Ellis Island. And all of a sudden, if you read this book, it's a book I want to get you to. I don't know if you've already read it. It's by a guy named James Lowen, called Sundown Town.
Oh yeah, man,
So if you look at that book, he talks about 2,000 cities across this country.
That's right. That is
true. Where they ran black people. If you take the census of 1890, and I really didn't put this out in the other video, I was talking so fast. In the census of 1890, black people lived in Montana, Idaho, areas right now that are pretty much all white.
Right.
And they have been all white for the last 120 years, because we were literally ran from our land, our businesses, our banks. And I told black men, take back our communities this. I said, if you're going to riot in the 1800s, you're going to go into a black business, you're going to take their money, you're going to take their resources, land, you're going to run them from what they had. You're going to take their houses. Why? because that's wealth. Back in the 18, so if you take the summer of 1919, the Red Summer, in Montgomery, just 50, 60 miles from where you are right now, that's what they did. I got family members that I asked, and my granddad, before he passed away in 03, told me that they did this to his granddad, which basically meant that he was ran out of business, which was my great grandfather. He was ran out of business because of that damn riot that happened in 1919. A lot of people don't know this. So when you talk about us as there is no black-brown coalition. The Asians, for example, I love the Asians as an example, because I could go into the Asian community. Go into an Asian community. I challenge any black person and open up a soul food restaurant. Asians ain't gonna break bread with you, bro. They not. If you go into if you go into an Asian community, when I go into and I speak somewhat decent Spanish, I go into a Hispanic business before I could get on Skype and Google and all that. I used to go and buy phone cards because I used to go overseas and I had a lot of friends. They'll look at me like, "What are you doing in here?" They didn't want me in their stores. They don't need our dollars. They're operating under a certain group collective that we as black people don't. And so I'm not a big fan of John Henrik Clarke, but I do agree that we have no friends. So why do we want to always say, well, this is against all of us? They'll do that shit like the gays. They'll do that, and they'll come in and dilute it. You got humpbacks. You got midgets. You got Hispanics. You got Asians. Everybody coming in. Russian Americans, German Americans, Jewish Americans. Everybody coming in talking about they're a minority and they getting in line in front of us. We are not. We are unlike any other group in this world, in this country. We should be first. We are right alongside. It's a treaty of 1866, the Cherokee Freedmen. Look it up. Dr. Claude Anderson suing right now, and Obama came in and stopped it. We are not like. So I don't like coupling black people with no other group, because we should be.
Yeah, don't misunderstand me now. You know, so I'm not coupling that. Why am I echoing?
I don't know, man. It's probably, I don't know. Go ahead.
Okay, but now this country wouldn't be this country without the black man. So everything that is anything in this country was contributed to by the black man, other men. So now at the same time, I can't say that only the black man. In other words, if the black man wasn't in the United States would be third world, just like Africa, just like parts of Europe. This would be a third world. Without the black American influence, this would be a third world country. So to piggyback off of what you were saying, you know, back in the 1800s when blacks were successful, blacks weren't successful for doing business with blacks. Blacks were successful based on influence. So in other words, white folk were buying from black folk. That's what got us shut. That's when white, see, if black folk do business with only black folk, then white folk don't give a shit. It's when white folk start doing business with black folk is when they give a shit. You know what I'm saying? So if you're in your community, if all you influence is your children in your community, white people don't give a shit. It's when you start influencing their children in their community is when they give a shit. That's when they come to shut you down.
But that's capitalism. I really
exactly. But they shut you down from being a capitalist. That's my point.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So why is it? So hold on. But gays can't really. I'm gonna be honest with you. You gay, you cannot cite a real significant time.
Right. That's true. Right.
So why is it that a gay can jump in line and claim rights over a black man?
Hey, I'm just being nice by including them. So we're not gonna get in, you know, on the gays, but I was just including people who feel like they're oppressed, you know. So, but anyway,
you got white men that feel like they're oppressed now.
Right, exactly.
Don't feel like they're oppressed.
Right, but my point is the fear, white supremacy's fear. So white men don't feel like they're oppressed by black men; they feel like they're oppressed by the same system. So white supremacy's fear is that of black men uniting everybody that feels oppressed. Is my point. That's where we become a threat. Is when we get everybody.
I think that kumbaya is a fantasy we've been sold since, and I respect.
No, actually, that's not, because that's what
kumbaya stuff is a fantasy, bro. I don't think these people understand this.
You gotta hold
race is a team game.
I got you, but you gotta hold on and listen, man. You know that's what got Malcolm X killed. Malcolm X wasn't a threat when all he talked was black, you know, nationalism. It wasn't until white folk start wanting to fund him. It's when he left the United States and started having people from other countries that saw the black struggle and said that that's our struggle too, and we want to fund your struggle. That's when he became a threat. You know what I'm saying? You don't become a threat.
I honestly thought it was a threat when he got with King. Him
No.
and King were about to put their difference
No.
aside.
No. And King didn't become
before the meeting. Him and King.
Oh, listen to me. So and King didn't become. So remember, King was all kumbaya, turn the other cheek. As long as a black man is you know, now King had more ears than Malcolm did, because King was always kumbaya, let the white folk in.
When did they kill him?
So exactly. When did they kill? When King started telling all those ears, which included white ears, Asian ears, Hispanic ears, homosexual, gay ears. Listen to me. When all those ears that King had, that when King started saying by any means necessary, we're gonna get equality. When King started telling all those people who he had the ears of, who are more likely to go out and do the shit. If you tell white people, let's go start a revolution. If you got a lot of whites listening, chances are some shit might kick off. If you tell it to a bunch of blacks, chances are ain't no shit gonna happen. If you tell it to a bunch of Mexicans,
okay,
chances are some shit gonna kick off. So if you're a black man,
I see you, and I'm gonna raise you.
Yeah,
I'm gonna raise you this. King, before he was killed, actually went in his speeches, like the speech he talked about the land grants of the Homestead Act.
Right, exactly.
He was talking about. Hold on, let me finish. He was talking about specific white immigrants, their European brothers and sisters that said they still. He said, and they're still to this day giving them money and grants and land.
Exactly.
And tools and let me finish. And they're teaching them how to use it. So there was a specific group. Now, if you talk about the Europeans that came through Ellis Island,
right?
You're talking about basically 40% of the white population in this nation.
Exactly.
So when you say, hold on, let me finish. So when you say King had people that was white, no, King started talking about we want our check. He was talking about black people. When he went to Memphis, that was a trash. Those were black people being oppressed. King woke up, man. King, before he died, started talking about black people. He said, I feared that I have integrated my people into a burning
house. That's right. Into a burning. That's right.
He was not talking about integrated his German and Chinese friends. Because first of all, let me say this one point. That this is what people don't know. It wasn't even a bunch of foreigners over here. The Immigration Act of 1965
right, exactly,
was enacted in 1968. So it was mostly just whites and blacks and a few Asians here and there. They was a very small segment.
Right.
So were the Hispanics. He was mostly talking about whites and blacks. He said, I've integrated my people into a burning building. So to me, King, when he started being pro-black and started understanding that, man, we need to get our economics together and they need to give us some checks because they done us wrong. And right now, if you really look at, what was it, on the eve of the Civil War, before the Civil War took place, Wall Street, which was basically a wall that they used to sell slaves at, right? That whole damn thing is built on us. When you talk about
everything is built on us. Everything is built on us.
It's a book that I forget the name of that book. I got it on my phone. I'm gonna look it up. But that book is basically saying that 90% of what they sold was either direct from cotton or a derivative of a slave-grown crop that was traded on Wall Street.
Everything.
So you're telling me that 90% of what Wall Street, so if you take away 90%, they wouldn't have had shit. So when Cornelius Vanderbilt, all these robber barons came and did their things.
Sir, what did I say? This would be a third world country. You saying
so we ain't like nobody else. So why is it good for us to just, well, we all come together? Damn that, man. I'm sorry. I ain't saying out here to do this fight. I'm not saying that because we're not equipped to do that. But I'm not finna be helping myself with all these other movements because you diluted to the point where we don't get it.
So that's not what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. You got to listen to me. So, yeah,
it's called Buried in Bitter Waters, by Elliot Jackson.
Right, I got you, but you got to listen to what I'm saying. So, Martin did become a threat until he had. So again, Malcolm said that if the black struggle, if you want to be a part, not if you want to integrate your struggle with the black, if you are about the black struggle. If you see that we're being oppressed and you want to make a change, then you're welcome into this. When Martin, he already had those ears. When Martin started saying that blacks have got to get freedom, we got to get equality by any means.
That was the wrong book I gave you.
Right.
So the half has never been told. Slavery and the Making of an American Capitalism.
Yeah, I know them all.
Edward E. Baptist. You keep talking.
I know them all. I know.
I just want to put that out.
So when you got Martin now, Martin got ears of people who will do killing. Blacks ain't known for killing. but Martin got the ears of people who will kill. So when Martin started telling people that blacks, that I fear that I have integrated my people into a burning house, you got whites who agree with that. Whites who are willing to kill to make what Martin say real. Now this nigga got to go now, because he not talking just turn the other cheek no more. He talking about actually getting out and fighting. And white folk, them white folk he got following him will get out and do some fighting. The Mexicans he got, them motherfuckers come from Santa Ana. They would, them Santa, you know what I'm saying? Those are Santa Ana Mexicans he got. They'll get out. Black folk ain't never been known to get out and just, start mass. We ain't never been. But these white folks,
let me ask you something. Now, when you talking about King, never really he never really turned from that. He turned. He still was
he did. Guy. Yes, he did. That's so.
No, King. No. King did not turn from what he was about. Just because King said, "Look, I want my check," and he started showing that he was standing up for his rights.
Right.
It don't mean that he turned away from his nonviolent stance. He just saying, "Look, I'm gonna speak up for myself. That ain't right how y'all doing my people. I want y'all to do us right."
So hold on. It's not on you and me to say King used the words by any means necessary. Those were his words. So it's not for you and me to say what he by any means necessary has his own meaning. You can't give it some other meaning. Malcolm said by any means necessary. Then King started saying by any means necessary. So and they had already killed Malcolm. King was the last one to be killed. So if they hear King saying by any means, so King wasn't a threat until he started saying by any means necessary. So it don't matter what you think he meant or that he didn't really mean violence. That's what they heard. And they said, this nigga got to go now. So yeah, you're right. King wasn't promoting all out violence. We both know enough about him to know, but that's not how they saw it. They saw it that this man got the ears of white folk.
I'm gonna say this right here. Les Brown got a saying. He said, "A man convinced against his own opinion is of the same opinion still."
Exactly.
So I disagree, and you ain't gonna change. So yeah, we might as well keep it moving on another subject. I don't think that King was all talking about. King started being pro-black in my book. That's what I think. He wasn't.
He started doing.
I ain't saying he still love white people.
We agree.
He damn sure started saying, "I'm pro-black and I'm down for the struggle."
On that we agree. On that we 100% agree. But again, he had
a struggle and then try to include Asians, Hispanics, gays, and you can't. Look at Black Lives Matter. No. Black Lives Matter. If you go to that website, Black Lives Matter.
Hold on. So hold on, sir. You gotta listen. Yeah, you can't say black people didn't get freedom by ourselves, bro. We no matter what was behind us getting freedom, we didn't get freedom by ourselves. We didn't get equal rights. There's not a damn thing that we have done by ourselves. So you can't say.
Hold on. I think you misunderstood me. I didn't say that I'm anti anybody else.
Right.
I'm saying pro-black. So if you're white, like Booker T. Washington, I respect. Right. Why? That's why he's up there. When you're looking at Booker T. Washington at that statue at Tuskegee right now, you know why? Booker T. Washington was smart. Booker T. Washington is his private letters.
You got to be smart.
Let me give a point out. If you read Booker T. Washington's private letters, he was very, very, very pro-black. He couldn't stand racist white folk. He was just like any other black
racist white folk. Again, racist white.
Okay, but Booker T. was
don't make everybody white racist though.
Can I get a word?
Don't make everybody white racist.
Let me finish my point, bro. All right, so this is the point. So at the same time, he understood politics and how to maneuver, so he wouldn't go out there and be like, "Fuck white." I get that.
That's right.
I wasn't saying fuck whitey, but what I'm saying is you can't be so pro-black. I mean, not so you can't be so pro-black that you stupid and you say, "Well, I'm so pro-black. I think Steve Harvey a coon for me with Donald Trump." Let me tell you something. Damn that. This is about politics. Politics is like playing a game.
Right. Exactly.
So you cannot come and look at any black man that sits down with the president of the United States trying to negotiate or get involved with black home ownership as a coon.
Right. That's right. Yeah. I hadn't heard that one yet, but okay. Yeah, I hadn't heard that yet, but yeah.
Yeah. When Steve Harvey met with him, they called Steve Harvey a coon last week.
Oh yeah, I hadn't. Yeah, I hadn't.
And I heard
that
yet, I was like, okay. A couple of weeks ago, he met with Donald Trump.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. Yeah.
And so everybody, Steve Harvey a coon. See, and I said, well, I mean,
is that why they were calling him a coon? Because of that?
They said because he was dumb enough to allow himself to be a pawn to be a photo op for Donald, this was pretty much all these niggas had, was just that he was a photo artist. I said, well, I'm gonna tell you something. If you're gonna cut some check that's gonna help me go and get niggas, get black people some loans so they can get some houses, they can start having black ownership, black businesses. Damn all that. See, that right there, like some of this pro-black shit, it needs to come down to some real actual substantive.
But now you're saying Steve went to who?
He went to the white man. What was I saying that was? But what did I say that contradicts that?
So that's what I'm saying. So anybody white that sees our struggle and that wants to support our struggle, that's who we need on our side, because there ain't a damn thing that 40 million can do against 330 million. There ain't a fucking thing 40 million can do against 330 million. You got to get a whole bunch of that 330 million.
40 to 180. I get what you're saying, but this is the thing.
Yeah. So you got to get a whole hell of a lot of that 330 million to at the very least sympathize with your plight. You know what I'm saying? It's one thing to ask to empathize, but they got to sympathize with your plight, man, before some shit can go down. Because otherwise you just going out to get your ass slaughtered. You go down fighting.
That sounds good in theory, but in practice, what I'm saying is this. My mindset is that of a black guy who wants to see black supremacy, wants to see us. Well, I don't want this shit.
No, you don't want to see any kind of supremacy.
Let me get it finished. Hold on. No. Let me say it. If we even this shit out, blacks own 87% of the wealth. If white people and black people are increasing their wealth at the same stage, we're gonna stay where we at. In order to even this shit out, you got to have black people got to get some love, bro. It cannot be where white people keep getting loans, keep doing what they at, and black people start doing it at the same level. If you even this shit out, it's just like Monopoly, right? One guy owns 87% of the board, the other guy owns half of 1% of the board, because you got everybody else owning the other percentage. Right. So the guy that owns half of the 1% and the guy that owns 87%, and you say, well, let's make it fair, and that's what they do. In order to get this thing where it needs to be, black people need more than just. Like, cause think about it, like when they talk about that black bank thing, right? They were talking about putting all that money in the black banks. Right. I cringed on that shit because I was like, well, damn, I mean, you can put money in the black bank, but most black people can't get loans because of their credit score, and they don't have a job, they don't have the money. So let's say black banks by default cannot loan because of the laws and stuff. They can't just loan you some money because you're black.
Because you're exactly right.
So that's way more fair shit than just even. Right. Because if every black person put their money in a black bank, it still wouldn't help us. No, because they'll have to give money to white people.
That's right.
Or people that have credit, the way they don't need it. They can go borrow. If you can go to a First Tuskegee or a black bank, you can go to pretty much Wells Fargo. You can go to any black bank, any PNC. You go to any bank. Right. Now, black people need more than just like. There needs to be I'm like Dr. Claude. There needs to be. It is a must that black people receive reparations because of what's been done. When you go and take people's wealth out of 2,000 towns for 70, 100 years almost, and run them away from their banks and businesses. Right, that's right. And force them in the ghettos. Right, that's right. And then you come and say, okay, now we're gonna let them get loans. Right. They messed up.
That's right. That's right. So the reparations is that's for real, So but the only problem with it is not everybody that's black in this country is a product of a slave, So and there will be a whole lot of blacks.
You never heard me talk about slavery. I never mentioned slavery there.
Right. So, but that's
what
I said.
If they'd have left black people alone, we wouldn't need reparations. If they'd have left us alone after slavery, it ain't just slavery.
Well, yeah.
That's my argument.
So again, but remember, but what did I say? If they had left us alone, we, if a black business open up, you got 10 white businesses. This black business open up. All the white people who were going to the white businesses, like, God damn, I like what this black guy producing. They start leaving. See what I'm saying? Then so these white businesses are gonna say, hold on, we got to shut that nigga down. That nigga coming here taking our shit. So you see what I'm saying? So this is what happened. It wasn't because blacks were going to blacks. It's because blacks were influencing whites.
Because we were the damn craftsmen and artisans in this.
Exactly. Ain't nothing in America. There ain't nothing in this country. So this is what I'm about to pick your brain, because I want to make sure that you're not defeated, So that ain't nothing. There is nothing in the United States. There is nothing on the world scale that the world benefits from that was created without the black man. Not one. From lights to cars to fucking geothermal fucking fuel. Every goddamn major idea that has brought the world.
They got the binary code damn Dogons. From what I don't know if that's true or not. I don't know. I haven't done any research.
But every invention that has brought the world out of the dark ages has been contributed to by the black man. So there ain't shit that the black man hasn't had his hands in on, you know, that makes this world better. So let's get that understood. So that's something for you to be proud about. That's something for you to take pride in. Fuck, man, when we're some bad motherfuckers, even in our small numbers, that they're afraid of us. So now, when you talk about, you know, black wealth, I have to keep telling people this. If you take 40 people, if you put 40 people in room A, you take 330 people and put 330 people in room B. If you give each person in room A, all 40 people, $1, and you give in room B, all 330 people, 50 cents. Which room got the most money?
The other room.
Huh?
The other room.
So room A got 40 people. Each person got $1. Room B got 330 people.
330,000 got 100.
Right. So in other words, you know, don't, you know, get out of that mindset of comparing what the collective of 40 million has. That's not.
Let me make a point, because you've been making this point for a while. Let me make this point. I'm not saying, like, it's like kind of like music, right? Let's just use music. That's the most easiest example we can use. We created hip hop, right? Right. That's anything we do. Like if you go on YouTube right now, there's white folks stealing our dances, they stealing our clothes, they stealing the way we talk. You can't watch Sports Center without them saying some black slang shit that started with us. I was watching Sports Center the other day, and they were talking about this guy mentioned, mentioned a Big Daddy Kane song that I ain't heard called "Warming." He was warming up like "Warming Up Kane." And I'm like,
I used to love Kane.
About "Warming Up Kane," but So what I'm saying is this.
So you're older than what I think you are. You're pushing 40.
Yeah. I grew up around that warming up Kane. Big Daddy Kane was my boy.
Okay, yeah. So you're pushing 40 if you're not 40.
I remember real hip hop. Hell yeah. Okay, yeah. I remember all this shit. Like, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, because you're saying blacks created. We created real hip hop.
So you remember getting off school at 3:00 in the afternoon, 3:30. You remember Chris DeJour and the Chris Thomas the man with that silly ass one shoulder dance. I remember all that. Yeah. And I'm telling you, that was ours.
That's right.
White people came. Listen, white people came, the Jews and all that. I ain't gonna get into the Jews. That's a whole nother video.
No, you can, but go ahead.
The Jews get on my nerves, but at the end of the day, they came in and they took it and perverted it and twisted it. Right?
Right, exactly.
They took that damn gangster rap. This is what you are, black people. You're not, you're not Fear of a Black Planet and Public Enemy. That's not you. You are thugs, natural born killers, and this is what you are. They ran that shit for the last 15, 20 years. They've been running.
God, you're saying
now it's to the point, it's so fucked up. But what were we doing in hip hop? We had this inclusive, it's okay, white people can, I'll work with Leroy Cohen or whatever his name is. I'll work with, instead of saying, but people like me or you would have a mindset of, I understand what this means. We need to protect it. And we didn't do that. And now it's a perversion and it's used to this. And to me, I think hip hop nowadays is the worst. I remember what's his face a couple of weeks ago, a while ago. I was listening to DJ Academics. Listen to this. DJ Academics said the fuckery has to be stopped. He has to be stopped. Chief Keef just went on Instagram and said, I'm going to double the murder rate in Chicago with this new mixtape. Like shit like that. And I hate to say it, niggas like that, like, I got a video about thugs. You saw it. That thug shit, them niggas, that shit is the most detrimental thing to the black community. I can't stand the ass. Cause to me, that shit right there.
What did I say is the left hand? Who's the left hand of white supremacy? Who's the left? In my video, I said who's the left hand of white supremacy?
Shit, I guess you're talking about thugs.
The thug is the left hand of white supremacy. If you're in Chicago,
they got a lot of free time. They got a lot of free time to do fuck shit.
So listen, so you're in Chicago. When you step outside, you ain't worried about no fucking Aryan. You ain't worried about no neo-Nazi. You ain't worried about no Klansman. It's a motherfucker that look like you. That's a thug. That's the left hand.
You know what scare me? The motherfucker that can't fight. Them the ones that scare me more than the ones that can't.
Again, that's the left hand.
I take an ass whooping.
Hell yeah, you know that's the left. That's the left hand.
About an ass whooping, we good.
Right.
The one that can't take us, the one that's gonna get his ass knocked out and laughed at on social media. That's the nigga you need to worry about.
That's right. That's right. But hey, but I like where you just went with that, man. When you said music, because that man, some friends were talking about it last night. So you just said blacks, that not just blacks, but black men created hip hop. So and hip hop has been perverted, not by black men. But why was hip hop perverted in the first place?
Because it was organized, it was starting. When you had Fear of a Black Planet.
Exactly. Who was it?
Hold on, let me say this. You had Fear of a Black Planet, you had Sister Soldier, you had Native Tongue. You remember everybody used to wear them damn medallions. Remember everybody used to be doing all them different types of kick steps and
right.
Roll it up, my nigga. Remember, roll it up, my nigga. That's right. Remember all that?
That's right.
Niggas was on something different then. We was on some positive shit, like
exactly. You know what I'm saying? So why was it perverted? Why was it perverted? Because what?
It was positive.
Exactly. And positivity affects who?
So you trying to say it affects white supremacy?
It affects.
What I'm saying, hold on, let me make this point. When we did business, who did we do it business with? Because see, we trusted. See, this is the thing. Go if you look at it, looking at the detrimental effects that NWA had on the black community, they were a scourge. They were a cancer. Right?
I don't know.
Fuck that. Just because they made fuck the police, I don't know. Fuck that shit.
Think about most of the, you know,
kid looking up to me, life ain't nothing but bitches and money. No, I never look at them niggas and say that they were some niggas that came, they were a facade. Ice Cube went to a nice ass white school.
That's right. Shit, all of them did. Yeah.
Them niggas, but then only the realest nigga out of that was easy. He was the realest out of all of them.
Well,
But what I'm saying is they gave us this shit and they gave us an image. And I remember them niggas riding on the back of a damn. I watched that shit on Yo MTV Raps, Fam Fire Freddy, and they riding on the back of a damn truck with bulletproof vests on it. I'm like, damn, Compton. I mean, I know it's bad in Compton. I'm not saying they some bitches because they ain't. Nigga, you got to ride with bulletproof. Y'all front.
It ain't that bad.
They was fronting. They was fronting. That shit.
Exactly. It ain't that. It wasn't that bad then.
Let me make it.
It wasn't that bad then. It's not that bad now.
Hold on. So imagine if you Eazy-E, right? And you back in 87, here come Jerry Heller, whenever, 85, 86, whenever y'all hooked up. This white dude come to you, he talking about making money. He ain't thinking the image and all that shit. We look at it like we do now because we're grown men. But when I was a kid, I loved that shit. I'm gonna admit it. I loved it, right? But when I loved it. Who didn't love NWA?
And I see what
some niggas in Montgomery got killed wearing them starter jackets and Raiders.
Then then that sounds like you might be that. You know, I'm a little older than NWA. I'm their age, a little bit older.
Well, hey, you might be, but what I'm saying is that was my era. That was my era.
So I was old enough to see the fuck. So I was old enough to see the fucker in what they were doing.
So you remember when everybody used to try to pop lock and dance against each other. Remember that? Remember when that was popular?
Yeah, Beat Street, Wild Style. Yeah, I'm way before.
Remember niggas used to have beefs and used to dance it off. You ever see? I saw that shit.
Yeah.
Niggas took the dancing serious, but nobody died at the end of the day.
Exactly.
You had killing in the early 80s. You did.
Yeah, always.
But that damn NWA and first Too Short. People don't remember.
Right.
Too Short hit first.
That's right.
NWA blew, but Too Short was on some deep pimp shit. Like go listen. Right. You know, life is too short. That first.
I'm from the Bay Area, man. So
I know you know. Yes. I know you know. You probably knew about that shit in '82.
Exactly.
So that what I'm saying is that shit was given to us by some white people that we trusted, that we said that they have our best interests in hand, and we trusted they had. All I'm saying is, you want this is the thing. So let me finish my point because I have been trying to say this for a while. Let me get this out.
Okay.
Malcolm X said it best. You can contribute financially, but until we have black unity and we understand who we are, we don't need to link up with up. Now he said this after his pilgrimage, after his Hajj to Mecca. So he understood.
That was before.
Okay. I give you that. I might be wrong on that one. But when he took his Hajj, he still was saying that same thing.
Right.
So we us linking up fucked up hip hop. When we linked up with the white folks. We got this fucked up ass form of hip hop that we have now because we linked up with whites and we didn't keep this shit. BET, good, and I know you remember this shit. It's Teen Summit. Remember, every night on BET, you used to cut the TV on, and it'll be people debating politics and debating the issues, and Tavis Smiley and Ed Gordon, and they'll be having these conversations. And they got these beautiful black women like Sherry with Caribbean rhythms, and that shit dead now. Now you cut it on, ain't no black music no more. I don't care what nobody say. Yeah, the internet is great for black music. You can make money, but the reason I know about Public Enemy, and the reason I know, because for me it would have been MC Shadi and the DJ One Love. That's what I grew up listening to, local shit. Booty music. We was trying to pop something, you know what I'm saying, and get up on something.
So you're a little younger then.
Yo, we having fun. You know, we listening to Luke and all that. But I still grew up knowing about the hip hop up north. I knew about hip hop in certain areas because of Rap City, BET, things like. I didn't get that when I was with you know what I'm saying? You didn't get that until you got black-owned networks like that, where the black music was shared and we owned and controlled it. So when he sold it in 2000, then they started coming with that Hell Date and all that whack shit, and it just went down from there. But whenever we give white people control, or we try to do business with people, and they don't have our best interest, they're going to control the image to the media, to the public. And so music is a great example of how we got screwed, because we started something positive, and then we tried, well, we can include these whites. If Viacom wants to buy BET, let them. And now look at BET.
Right.
Now look at music. When we tried to do business with these white folks, what did it give us? I'm not saying you can't do business with them, but we need to be in a position of power, and we need to be able to control our image. If we can't, then it's to our detriment. Right.
So I like where you went, and I like what you're saying. But let me again, I'm picking your brain to see where you at as an individual. I'm saying where Sub-Zero at. You know, let's just say you wake up tomorrow morning and there's a kilo of heroin. You walk out to your car in the morning and there's a kilo of heroin, untouched, just a kilo, sitting, underneath your car. Are you gonna take it and chop it up and sell it to the kids in your community?
Nope.
Why not?
That's easy. Let me tell you something about me, man.
I'm gonna
answer your question, but it's just
give me a simple, quick answer.
I love black people, man. I really do.
Is that why? Is that the only reason? Because you love black people?
Well, I don't want to go to jail. I got a son that I'm trying to raise, so that's probably another reason.
No. Okay. Well, those are good enough reasons. I was just hoping you would have said that. Nah, that's some fucked up shit. I wouldn't do no shit like that. Period. That's what I was hoping you would have said.
I wouldn't. I love my people. But I got a son. Right, I don't want to risk my life.
But I like that. So if you got positive music, and I come along to you and I tell you, hey, man, these some dope lyrics right here, man. If you start, you saying positive shit that's influencing the world, not just, remember what I said? It's not just influencing people in your neighborhood. It's going around goddamn to Egypt, to Tunisia, to goddamn South Africa, to Albania, to goddamn Serbia, to the Siberia. You know what I'm saying?
Black people, when it comes to music, black people are the most gifted people on the planet. We're not listening to no damn Chinese music.
Exactly. So you got a positive message that's touching people in far fucking reaches of the world. So I come along to you and I say, look, man, if you start here, check these lyrics out, talk about dope, selling dope and killing niggas, and you gonna change. But let's say you making $2,000 a month off of your positive lyrics, and I come along and I got these dope lyrics. I tell you, man, these lyrics like dope, these lyrics like heroin, man. Shit, if I drop some heroin, you probably wouldn't take that heroin and chop it up and give it to your people. But here, take these lyrics, chop them up and give them to your people. You gonna do it?
It's not that. That's not how it happened.
That is how it happened. That's exactly how it happened.
It's a myth that people, and I'm gonna say, this ain't popular what I'm about to say, but it's the truth.
That's exactly how it happened. It didn't happen any other way. But I'll let you say what you want to say, though.
Okay, I'm gonna say this right here. That to a certain extent, you're right. That is how it happened. What I'm saying is this. I'm from the South, so for us, it's always about the beat. We made great beats. We weren't the most lyrical at first. A lot of us weren't. There's always been people in the 80s. I remember being in elementary, niggas will flow like some niggas out of New York. I mean, I knew cats like that. That you ain't never heard of, and they ass work at a factory somewhere.
Right, exactly.
You would never know when he was in elementary, this nigga could flow with the best stuff.
Right.
But what I'm saying is this: for the most part, good beats is what sell your shit. And I'm gonna give you a great example. You old enough to remember that Goody Mob album.
Exactly.
That shit was very positive. Go listen to that shit. That organized noise. Look at Outkast.
Hell yeah, I got all that shit.
Let me make a point. The point is this: if you make good shit, it gonna sell. Kendrick Lamar makes good music. He dropped. That's right. He talking about bars. When he dropped that Control, I went crazy. I was like, man, this nigga went. Oh, that's what I'm talking about. Like a lot of these guys that was making positive music. I'm gonna be honest. This shit was whack. A lot of it was whack, and niggas was coming out with like 50, coming out talking about shooting and I bust your head, boy. You know all that. It was catchy. He was making good beats. If you got a good beat and a good hook, you can be talking about taking a shit, and it's people gonna be, oh man, that's hidden. I'm telling you, it's about making good music. When positive people just now like J. Cole, Kendrick Lamar, that's what's hot. They done sold the most CDs lately, and these guys are making positive, but they make shit that sound good. A lot of positive niggas was on some like Talib Kweli. He was more lyrical instead of his beats, because a lot of New York people, that's how New York fell off. They were more so about the lyrical content, which is a big major part of hip hop.
Right. I
always respect New York, but at the end of the day, they neglected the beat and they opened the back door for people like Master P and all that Cash Money. They came in and they knew beats. Give me a hood rat chick. That shit real simplistic, but that shit was hidden. It was hidden. Folks were like, oh man.
So you got now stop and think about what you're saying.
I was at Tuskegee, trust me. That Moesha. I'm telling you, I used to love that song.
But hold on. Of 40 million black people, how many black people you think listen to hip hop? Of 40 million, just how many black people you think?
Damn near all of them. Damn near at least half, at least probably about 60% of them.
Hell no, man.
Man, you crazy. Dude, you got rappers in their 50s now. Like, you kind of gotta, the demographic has changed. I know you're a little older than me. Right. Rappers, you gotta understand, bro. I grew up, DMX, all these guys, Jay-Z, these guys around a little bit older than me, but what I'm saying is,
yeah, we're all in the same age group.
That's what I'm saying. So you got LL, you got people that grew up listening to that shit that remember when I Rule the World by Curtis Blow.
We all the same age. Yeah, we all in the same age group.
Yeah, so it's not like when in the 80s, I ain't gonna say the 80s. There was a time in the 90s where people still listen to like what is it? Like 80s music that they don't play, like the Gap Band, not the Gap Band, the Mac Band, Cameo. Groups like that don't get as much shine now as they used to get back in the 90s, because we still listen to music back in the 90s. Now people are more so about getting high and smoking weed and stuff. That's what you want to hear now. But
that's what you
back
think.
Then, people still, that's what most songs are talking about. Smoke popping mollies, and these niggas on something else now. I ain't on that. They done left me. I'm out of touch now. But there was a time where people still listen to that. So now that group, people have grown up. I'm a Jodeci guy. I listen to
exactly. That's all my age demographic.
So if I grew up listening to Jodeci, my hip hop era, I still had that hip hop of Biggie Small. To me, Tupac is the greatest of all time.
Right. So you're talking all my age group. That's all my age. It's all my demographic now. You know. So again, you just told me you think 60% of 40 million black people listen to fucking Lil Wayne.
No.
Fucking all this shit. You telling me that?
You didn't say Lil Wayne.
Well, I say hip hop now. I mean, that's what I just said. I'm like,
hip hop now. Hell no.
They putting out now. What percentage of 40 million people do you think, support this shit?
I can't. I don't know. I'm gonna say this. I'm out of touch because I ain't 17 no more. So I ain't 16. So I can't. I know most 16, 17-year-olds like that shit. But me, I'm kind of like Lord Jamar that on these what you call videos on the what's his face DJ Black. I can't do that, nigga. You run around with a damn kilt on. Like I can't. No, nigga. No, I can't do that.
Just based off of you, your immediate, your immediate collective, your little group surroundings, based off what you see, out of 40 million, how many do you think listen to support current hip hop?
I can't. I mean, shit. I probably say about 5%.
Don't try to be accurate. Don't. But just.
No, I just gave you a number. I say about 5%.
That's
I mean,
about right.
not including Kendrick and excluding Kendrick,
right.
J. Cole, those type. That's different. But
right,
this
exactly.
Lil Bibby, Lil Yachty, that whack ass. Hell no.
Exactly. That's about right. What you just said is
that's
about
a lot
right.
of people though. That's a lot of people.
Yeah, but hold on.
And then their other fans are white.
So get your calculator and take 5% of 40 million. Now, of the 330 million whites and non-blacks, how many of them do you think listen to it?
I said probably about 10% of them are their kids.
Exactly. So exactly. So what's 10% of 330?
That's 33
versus 5% of 40.
Two.
So, exactly. So
30,
which group
35 million people.
So which group got the largest listeners?
Okay, but what's your point? I get that.
So again, if I come to you and I say, so if there are 1,000 brothers out there producing positive shit that's going around the world, now all y'all might make 2,000, a month. Let's just say, if you were getting paid blue collar wages, you might bring home 2,000 a month. You got 1,000 brothers putting out conscious hip hop. All y'all bringing home about 2,000 a month. Then I come along to all y'all and I say, look, man, we got to change the game up. I got these dope lyrics for you, man. These dope lyrics will go, man. It'll go a lot further. Would you, as a conscious hip hop artist, I hand you these lyrics talking about bitches, hoes, sluts, selling dope, killing niggas. Would you? But and I tell you, dude, you making 2,000 right now. You could be making $1 million a month. What you gonna do? What Sub gonna do? I want to know what Sub gonna do.
Sub, it won't do it, but for the most part, Sub will probably have a different game plan than $2,000 a month. But that's
I'm just saying, if that's what hip hop.
By the time you get proposition, if you independent and you get proposition the way the industry works right now, you making way more than $2,000 a month.
But so
you can afford to tell them no, because first of all, you lose a lot when you sign deals with these record labels and
Sub.
It's just not set up like that.
Hold on. Then you need to go and listen to the hip hop artists tell the game. You need to listen to Poor Righteous Teachers. You need to listen to Chuck D. You need to listen to the fellas who was in the game tell you what happened. Because now you're speaking, you know what I'm saying? You need to let them cats tell you what happened to the game of hip hop. See what I'm saying? Because what I'm telling you is what happened.
I'm talking about what happened in the 90s. Hold on, let me make a point.
So I'm telling you
about what happened in the 90s.
I'm telling you why
people
is where it is right
now.
Hold on.
You're talking about a different era. You're talking about the era where people was buying CDs and the main way you got on was getting a deal. Nowadays, it's independent, and most artists are independent, not really signing with these major labels anymore. Word has gotten out. People not really, like, it's a book that's out there called Confessions of a Record Producer. And he pretty much breaks down this game and how it works. And these kids are not as dumb, or I'm not gonna say dumb, as ignorant as a lot of kids were.
How you getting your money if ain't nobody, if you're not making records? How you getting money?
Independent. Jay Electronica's on the Forbes list. He independent, bro. I mean, this dude is making 40, 50 million a year.
Who?
Jay Electronica, exactly.
Wait.
Jay Electronica.
Jay Electronica.
Go check it out. It's the independent game ain't like it used to be, bro.
Okay. No, but you're
I'm from the South, so I see cats, that old boy from the 69 boys.
Slow down.
These guys making money, bro.
Dub, I hear what you're saying. So you're saying Jay Electronics, right? You're saying he's independent.
Jay Electronica. Yeah.
Okay. So Jay Electronics own so he owns some radio waves that go around the world?
Nope.
Okay. So you're telling me Jay Electronics, he like he's independent, but he's got, he's got the potential to put out music to white trash America and white trash Europe. That's what you're telling me. He ain't got no access to radio waves.
First of all, Jay Electronica is more of he's not a gangster rap guy.
I'm just saying, just that entity. You're telling me that entity ain't got no radio waves, but it can ship out all these records to people that ain't never even heard of them.
I mean, for the most part, Jay Electronica.
So you see what I'm saying? You got to be heard on the radio first. So, and who controls the radio waves?
No, he doesn't have to be played on the radio. Jay Electronica is pretty much a independent artist. Most of his stuff is sold through iTunes. people listen to him on. Hold on, let me talk through these streaming services. Jay Electronica. Let me, as I listen to you for a minute, I'm trying to explain how he operates.
Okay.
Independent websites, mixtapes. He's mostly tours in the Midwest areas, like he's really big in the Midwest. White people. He'll show up at a concert. It'll be 20,000 white fans screaming and hollering. That's who he is. And he's not even really getting a lot of airplay on the radio. That's why you've never heard of him. And this guy's on the Forbes list. And that's just one guy. We had a group from Montgomery named Deuce Comrades. Those guys probably sold about 40, 50,000 CDs in the early 2000s. And they had one single that Trick Daddy bought. Those guys made so much money, they were turning down Universal. And the game has changed when it comes to music, man. I'm just saying music is not where people care about the radio anymore. Radio is a dying medium. Only people listen to radio now is for like morning shows, for hear interviews. People don't listen to the radio. They listen to streaming services that download with iTunes. It's just not like
that. Again, but you're still making my point. Who control the streaming services? Your Groove Sharks, your Pandoras, your Live 365.
White people outside the title. I mean,
exactly. So unless you're going, so you're telling me, so what you're telling me is this J Industries is putting out positive shit, is what you're telling me.
It's not like J Electronica is not like, he's not a young G. And I'm gonna admit something. Young Jeezy
telling me everything coming out?
Damn good music. That's why people bought Young Jeezy shit. Just be straight up. That shit sounded good. That damn Trap or Die, that first one, shit. Thug Motivation, he killed it. That I was down here when the BMF boys was there. They had the streets.
Okay, you're young, man, but none of that shit sound good to me. Exactly. Trash to me.
I'm a little bit younger than you, so to me,
that shit's all again, because I came along because you brought it up. You said hip hop, black. We created hip hop, real hip hop. I listened to real from 1995 on back. Now you throw in some Mos Def, Talib, some Big L, some Common, some of these newer cats I listen to, but once you hit the 2000s, all this shit from 2000 to today, I don't fuck with none of that shit. So it's pure trash. Again, you got all them artists who used to make conscious shit, used to make good shit, who they old men now can smoke any one of these little fucking new trap rappers. Still, fucking, you got Rakim getting on goddamn fucking Star, showing that he still got flow, so, but
I mean, Rakim is a top 5. I mean, you can't.
You know what I'm saying? So you got Rakim showing that, hey, you got to hear Rakim tell again. When they came to me and offered me millions to make that shit, I said, fuck that. You got to hear Chuck D say, when they came to me, I said, fuck that. So that's why you got a handful of motherfuckers now that are mega millionaires instead of thousandaires. What the game used to be, the game had thousands of brothers that were thousandaires. Now you got a handful of niggas that are mega millionaires who selling out for the game. Who a whole bunch of brothers, poor righteous teachers, a whole bunch of brothers said, man, fuck it, I'm not selling this shit to my people. I'm not peddling this fucking dope. I'm not peddling
That's what Cassidy said. That's what Cassidy said.
Yeah, I'm not peddling murder. I'm not peddling rape. I'm not peddling dysfunction to my people. But then you got sellouts like Jay-Z and that come along.
Hold on. It's not as clear cut as you're making it though, because
it is clear cut. That's how clear cut it is.
No.
You
That was the case. We wouldn't have a J. Cole.
You can't make excuses.
We would not have a Kendrick Lamar if that was the case. If you make shit that sounds good and is hitting, them white labels will come to you, and it's two ways you can look at it.
Right now, but hold on.
Let me because I said this to you for a minute.
J. Cole.
Can I get a point out? Can I get a point out? Let me get my point out.
All right.
If you take J. Cole, J. Cole makes positive, conscious music.
That's
Kendrick
right.
Positive, but this shit sound good. Kendrick Lamar ain't no nigga in the game to me, in my opinion, because I really don't think Drake wanted with Kendrick Lamar for real.
Right, that's right.
Because this dude is on another level. He's making positive music.
Right.
Pimple Butterfly was a classic album. These guys right now is not necessarily where you can't. When I said that you have to make, true enough, a lot of gangster rap was pushed by these Jews and they formed into new right. And that's what you're speaking to.
Right, that's right.
But you can make good music like Goody Mob, Soul Food, the first album they dropped.
Right, that's right.
And that album went, what, 5 million 6 million. That album was an automatic classic, and I still play that album today.
Yeah, that's right.
It's 20-something years old, and I still be bumping it because it was
window. Pow, nobody knows.
Because it was good music. It was good music. A lot of these country rappers shit was whack. I'm saying it. That's a fact. It was just whack. People don't never say that because it's countries. It's just like with gospel music. It's just like with gospel music. I'm from Montgomery, right? You got some people that get on an AM radio station and call themselves trying to sing and sound horrible. And people don't nobody want to say that sounds horrible because it's gospel music. Just because you're making conscious music doesn't
sound good. Right, that's right.
A lot of these conscious music people was like, man, that shit whack. And it became an image of it. Like the guy, what's his name? The guy that just Lecrae. Lecrae is a gospel rapper. Now he's not a gospel rapper. He's a Christian, a rapper that's a Christian, right? Yeah, and so his music is positive.
Okay.
But his shit sounded good. People can't. You cannot neglect quality. And I think a lot of times with positive rap, they have neglected quality. And now we're starting to get positive rappers that are just as good. And people be in the club nodding to it like, oh man, that's hidden.
Okay. I can dig with
I'm telling you, as a younger person, I'm telling you, I still kind of got my ear to the streets a little bit, where I can know enough to kind of speak to it intelligently and not just say that, it's all trash. Most of it, like Lil Yachty, a little bit, I'm with you 1,000%. I'm just like you. Them niggas sold out.
I can't fuck with none of these names.
When I hear these dudes talking, when I hear him talking, he say stuff like, just give me a great beat. Don't nobody care about the history of hip hop. Nobody care about no rhymes.
Exactly.
Turn up. We just want like nigga, niggas down in the street and killing them, and you just want to turn up.
Right.
The hell wrong with you? There's somebody paid him to be out there.
Exactly.
Somebody paid him to get out there.
Exactly. Lil Wayne get on TV and tell you he ain't never experienced racism, but he's selling you a struggle that he ain't never experienced.
Agreed. I'm gonna be honest with you. Lil Wayne is one of the greatest rappers to ever do it. I'm gonna be straight up. I'm gonna keep it 1,000. Lil Wayne. Listen to what I'm saying. Lil Wayne, if you talk about that run that he had from like 2005 on up to like 2010, is one of the greatest runs in hip hop. Now, when you want to talk about the stupidity and the stuff that he said, I will never co-sign some stupid stuff he said.
You just mean as far as marketability? You mean his marketability is what you're talking about? He took, but not his actual.
Wayne, I'm telling you, you told me you stopped listening in 2000. I'm gonna tell you what happened because you was gone by then. I'm gonna just tell you what happened. 05 to 2000, around like 2010, 11, what that? Lil Wayne went on a tear. He was on every mixtape, and he took the mixtape game to a level we've never seen before. And when he dropped the Carter 3, that is a classic hip hop album. That I'm sorry. Now, as far as I'm not saying Lil Wayne is a person, I'm not talking about Lil Wayne as far as when he get out of that booth and what he does and what he said. He do and say a lot of dumb stuff. But I would respect his talent. That's all I'm saying.
So I got Pandora flowing right now. If I throw in the Carter 3 album, you tell me I'm gonna like this shit that he's saying?
Of course, you probably not, because that's not your era.
Oh, okay. All right. I'm like, all right, okay.
But I'm gonna tell you something. The musician, the actual beats and the way it's put together, that shit is deep. I'm sorry. That was, I ain't gonna say deep like intellectually. I'm just saying like it was a great album. It was to sit and just shit on the Carter 3. Now you just don't like Lil Wayne, and I understand why.
No, I don't like nothing. No, I don't like it. No, I don't have nothing against Lil Wayne.
A lot of dumb stuff.
Yeah, I don't like Lil Wayne. I don't like what he putting out. Lil Wayne, I ain't got no problem with Lil Wayne. I got a problem with what the fuck he putting out.
But you got a problem with what he putting out because you don't like the drugs and you don't like him talking
about exactly because we just said we wouldn't peddle that shit to our people.
I'm gonna say this. This is how I feel about it. There are rappers that put out music that talks about drugs and sex and all that stupid stuff.
Right. But
it's still great music. I will admit that. Like, I'm not gonna say
I can't say that, bro.
If Richard Died Trying was not a good act. To say now you just I'll be unreal. I'll be lying if I say Get Richard Die Trying wasn't a good album.
No, that's 50 Cent. Was that 50 Cent?
Yeah.
Yeah, hell no. But okay.
That's what I'm saying. You can't tell me that shit don't have you like, oh, that shit hit. Like, I'm gonna be a good one. Another one that don't get no respect in the game. Ja Rule. they made good music, man.
Ja Rule came on the end of, he came on the end of, all the old cats. So yeah, so Ja Rule was kind of, he came after Tupac and Biggie. So he was,
but he still made good music. People dogged him because 50 was hot and he was making all the love songs.
Right. You're right. So,
but if you go back today and listen to it, that dude made some good music.
Right. So,
they made good music, man.
Ja Rule, he was kind of, he was a fence rider. For me, you either you're conscious or you're bullshit. You can't ride the fence. And Ja Rule is kind of the, he was trying to play.
Well, if you gotta say that, you gotta say so was Tupac. And Tupac to me is the greatest.
Well, not Tupac, Tupac was rapping what he was living. He wasn't rapping about shit he saw.
Tupac wasn't killing people though. Tupac
Tupac ain't never rapping nothing about killing nobody.
He did shoot some cops though. So I give him a little.
Tupac shot some cops. He shot at some cops. He didn't shoot no cops. He shot at some cops. Yeah.
You sure?
So and it wasn't him. It wasn't Tupac that shot at him. It was his entourage that shot at cops.
We'll see about that, because from what I just saw that not too long ago.
Nah. Tell you,
I'm gonna look that up. I hit you up.
Tupac himself ain't never shot at no cops, man. His entourage did. So but his name carries his entourage. So yeah, y'all heard Tupac shot at some cops. Nah, Tupac didn't shoot at no cops. His crew did. Just like just like they try to take Snoop down. For that the one cat that got killed. Calvin Brodus didn't pull no trigger. It was his bodyguard that pulled the trigger. But Calvin Brodus is the one that sat in court for the shit. So Snoop sat in court for it. Now, so like I said, you're young. So when you young cats here, a name did some shit. It ain't the name that did it, man.
I wasn't no baby, man. I mean, I get what you're saying.
Yeah, nah, Tupac ain't never killed nobody. That's what I said, so Tupac would always rap about bombing on Biggie. We'll bomb, my niggas, we got guns, we'll bomb. Yeah, Tupac talking about his clip. Tupac ain't say, nigga, I'll put a bullet in your head.
No, he said, my 4-4 make sure all your kids don't go.
Yeah, but he talking about his crew. Yeah, he talking about his crew.
Why would he talking about me and my girlfriend? Why would he talking about me and my homeboy's girlfriend?
Yeah, but I got you. But Tupac was never talking about what he was.
To be honest, you a punk and you gonna see me with gloves. Remember that shit? The vibe about me being a thug. Don't question me on Tupac, man.
Oh no, hey, you can quote Tupac lyrics all day.
That's my nigga there.
So you gotta know you gotta know what was metaphor and what was real,
Well, I mean, you can't pick and choose like that. I'm just saying Tupac to me. This is the point I'm trying to make. I was actually defending Tupac. What I'm saying about Tupac has sides. You got the side of you that's the lover.
Right, exactly.
And then you got the side that if a nigga fuck with you, you want some shit. Right. So Ja Rule, I don't think he jumped. When that was the point I was trying to make. I don't think Ja Rule was a hypocrite. I think Ja Rule.
No, not a hypocrite, but just riding the fence, trying to please both sides instead of just picking a side and just going with one thing. So and that's why Ja Rule fell off.
Never show your other side.
No. I'm saying he was riding the fence. In other words, he was trying to play to the old cats like me and trying to play to the young cats like you. Like, nah, dude, just pick a group, because eventually your shit's gonna fall off.
Explain how he was.
So that's what I'm saying. So Ja Rule would have conscious shit. Then he had that little thug shit, and I'd be like, dude, your albums are starting to take on too much thug. It's not, you're going from, you started off conscious, then you would
think his name was Ja Rule?
Huh?
Why was his name Ja Rule? He grew up a certain way. So that's where he from.
Ja Rule lightweight. Ja Rule light in the ass, man. I shook his hand. He ain't no big real world thug.
I put Plies in a concert. Plies is 5'7", 120, soaking wet.
Right, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Dog. So not really sure what you're trying to say. His name implied they all got
his name. No, his name was Ja Rule. It has a conscious meaning to it, is what I was trying to say.
Oh, really? Did it? Like Ja Rule?
Yeah, God. Like talk about God.
Right. Yeah. No, I don't think that's what that meant. Man.
Message is what I'm saying. He started.
What? Yeah. Was it?
What I'm saying is I'm trying to agree with you that he started from a place of positivity.
Right. That's right. He did.
But when he blew, his first single was Holla.
Right.
Remember that? His first single, he was in Brazil.
Right. That's right.
And then he came out with the other album, Always on Time with Ashanti.
Right.
I mean, most of the stuff was about women, and being a thug. He had a couple of singles where he talked a little craziness, but for the most part, he was just. I liked him though. I like this music. He made good music too. We as black people, we will shit on our people that have done great things. We will shit on them and throw them under the rug and say they're irrelevant. Whereas white people, they'll take their people that did something like Guns N' Roses gets mad love to this day with white people. They'll fill up Madison Square Garden 2 days in a row.
That's right.
Ja Rule can't do that. We shit on you after like 9 months. You ain't nobody.
Right. That's right. That's right. That's right. So
all I'm saying is that when I look at a guy like Ja Rule, I look at even Lil Wayne. I ain't saying he ain't saying nothing stupid because he pissed me off with the comments about light skin, dark skin, Black lives, and all that. But at the end of the day, when it comes to his catalog of music, you got to go way back to 1989 and come 1998 and come all the way up to today. I mean, it ain't. You got to compare him to like Jay-Z, Nas. You can't come at him with no average ass artist and think that you're gonna surpass Lil Wayne's discography for what he's done.
That's what I'm saying. So yeah. So
what he's done in his, that's what I was saying.
Okay.
Not and they talking about the mixtape. Because you put that in there.
I got you.
No ceilings, the damn dedication. Man, this dude is on the car. He done dropped so much stuff to where it's like you gotta respect it.
Right.
As far as his discography.
I got what you're saying. But again, so it's what you're selling. So like I said, if you can make a hell of a lot of money and you can influence a lot of people with some heroin, dog. But am I gonna respect you because you can do it? Fucking Pablo Escobar. People say the same thing about you got to respect Pablo Escobar, what he did with the cocaine gang, man. But fuck no, you ain't got to respect that. Nah, that the motherfucker might have been a genius. He was an evil genius. He fucked up a lot of people's lives. So yeah.
I mean, just the fact that you called him a genius is respect. I guess that's what that means.
Well, it's, like I said, genius. There's a fine line between genius and being mad. Being just flat out crazy. So. And that's why you got evil genius.
Escobar was blowing up kids.
Yeah, so yeah.
Nobody can defend that, man. This dude was
exactly. But Lil Wayne's, these cats, their music is killing kids. So I'm saying their music facilitates. So what you said? This one cat said, "Hey, my next LP gonna double the murder rate in Chicago." You know what I'm saying? This music. It's not killing white kids. It's not killing Mexican kids. It's killing black kids.
Well, I'm gonna play devil's advocate. I'm gonna play devil's advocate. I want you to explain how music goes from just being a song to causing somebody's death.
Yeah, it's deep, ain't it?
I want you to explain that.
It's deep, ain't it?
No, I'm asking you to explain how music.
But answer me. It's deep, ain't it? Because you asked me that question.
I understand why. At least I think I do.
Right.
But I want to hear your understanding as to why.
Now, so what you got it. So music is powerful. Period. All music is powerful. So you can take music, like I said. So the black influence is what's feared. So when hip hop was positive,
music, like if they take ice crystals, when they form ice crystals and they're playing rock music, those ice crystals are very violent. When they look at them under a microscope, they're very rigid and violent. If you play some jazz, some smooth R&B music, like some old slow Jodeci or something, and you look at that ice crystal under the microscope, that ice crystal is gonna be real smooth and it's gonna be a fluidity to it. So music affects you on a deep subatomic level.
That's
so
right.
I get that.
That's right.
But what I'm trying to say is this. The reason I think that rap music, and I'm gonna have to fold up and get up out of here after this one. This is the last one I'm gonna get at.
Okay.
Rap music, to me, formulates a facade. Like when you listen to a song and that guy's talking like AK-47 is a tool. Don't make me at the motherfucking fool, right?
Right.
You hit on that, and then you got this mindset. It creates a certain spirit or air about you that I ain't gonna take no shit from nobody. I ain't this, I ain't that. I remember seeing fights where they would play Dope Man.
Right.
I used to go to Carver Community Center in Montgomery. They done tore it down. They used to have a dance on Saturday. We'll go in there and they would play that damn Dope Man. And I promise you, before that song go off, somebody getting their ass whooped. Just like I'm sure that song Slam by Onyx. Many a nigga got his ass stumped out causing some slam. Da, 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 and everybody be jumping up. They don't do that no more.
That's right.
jumping up, bumping chests, and you know, acting like a fool, and it just became a spirit came with it. Where people, next thing you know,
that's right.
But if the DJ playing that slow song, we used to play Keep Sweat. Niggas was trying to get on some women.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? They playing that damn. There's a song called "Go Outside in the Rain" by a girl named Wow. Back in the day, that's right. People were slow dancing, holding hands. It was just on a different level. But they put that Dope Man on right after that, or some, and it's fights, man. It's a certain spirit that goes with music that we scientifically has been proven that people want to ignore it and try to defend it. Say, well, it's not the rapper's responsibility to raise people.
So with you knowing that, ask who's the biggest white rap group ever?
Beastie Boys.
Exactly. Who's the biggest single white rap artist ever?
I would say Eminem.
Exactly. Have you ever heard the Beastie Boys calling white women bitches, hoes, sluts? Did the Beastie Boys ever bang on wax? Did they ever sell dope, drugs? Did they ever murder?
They took drugs and they did.
I said, did they ever promote it? Did you ever hear him talking about selling dope?
Brass Monkey, they were just about having fun.
Right, exactly. So Eminem, with all the crazy shit he might talk about his girlfriend. Have you ever heard of Eminem referring to white women as bitches, hoes, and sluts?
Yes.
You heard Eminem? Have you heard Eminem banging on wax?
He's talked a few violent verses here and there, yeah.
About his girlfriend, yeah, but not about women.
He's talked about hurting dudes. I mean, Eminem is equal opportunity, bro. He's not a good example.
Hold on.
This ain't a thug. He ain't on that for real. We all know that.
So you don't find it ironic that the only white artists in the game that come from hoods, they come from hoods, real hoods, that probably seen dope selling, dope dealing, dope doing, probably seen, you know, murders too. They ain't never rap about the shit. Ain't never glorified. But you got rappers who ain't lived nowhere near the shit, glorifying it, talking like they lived it. You don't find that shit odd that every fucking black rapper that come on claim
I'm gonna give you a project. I'm gonna give you a homework project, guy. I mean, I know I'm younger than you. I just want you to check this out.
Yeah, okay,
watch Fade to Black with Jay-Z. Watch Fade to Black. If you got an Amazon Fire Stick, watch Fade to Black. It's basically a documentary about the Black Album by Jay-Z. He's sitting in the studio with some young cats that's rapping, and they talking to him, and they're saying, "Man, I mean, I want to rap about positive stuff and this and that, but I can't because people won't do this." And then Jay looks at the camera, and you know, he got that crazy. You see what you did to people? You see what you did to him? Now you got him where he, you know, we can't be ourselves as rappers. You know how he talk. And I'm just like, okay, like, all I'm saying is this, man. It's a double-edged sword. It's one side, you got people that think that they can't make something positive because it ain't gonna sell, which is a myth.
Exactly.
That's a myth, though.
Exactly. That's what. So, and who promoting it as a myth? We not doing it.
Well, we don't own it. The Jews own it. The Jews promote.
So who promoting it as a myth?
It's the gay people to it now.
So who promoting it as a myth?
It's right now. You can be independent and pump as long as you pumping something positive. Don't nobody care, because when Kendrick Lamar, go look at the history of how he signed his deal.
Thank you. You're saying it for me. So
Kendrick did a deal, right? But Kendrick was pretty much like negotiating and turning people down. Kendrick wasn't just. These artists are coming into this thing a lot wiser.
So the fear is of what then? The fear is of what? What?
You losing me.
What's the fear? What's the fear of?
Fear of what? What are you talking about?
So you just said it. You just said it. So if it's positive, it's not gonna do what?
Oh, they scared it's not gonna sell.
Right. So
the artists are scared that they won't sell if it's positive now. They're independent and they're just putting it out. They can make the artists big money.
Who made the artists believe that?
Well, because it's still, we kind of in a transitional period right now. In the 90s, the white Jews own the industry, and they said, look, we're not giving you a deal.
Who's promoting the myth
on the streets?
You keep saying, who's promoting the myth then?
The Jews.
Okay, there you go. Damn, dude. You know,
look, when it comes to them Jews, man, I mean, I hate to admire them, but I do kind of admire the Jews in that, damn, they went from trash, ashy, classy in 100 years.
Just calling them Jews ain't enough because you can't walk outside and point out a Jew. So, but
okay,
you do.
The gypsies, these guys with the ski at the end of their name.
Well, I'm talking about, well, you can't point out my wife is a gypsy, man. You can't. I'm saying you can't walk outside and point out a gypsy or a Jew, or you can't. You can't see that by looking at them. You know.
Well, to a certain extent you can, but I get what you're saying.
Right. So you
got woolly hair with a big nose. A lot of them are Jews. A lot of them, and they white. They Jew. A lot of those are Jews. They're Russian. We don't get into where they came from and stuff like that. Because I don't like getting into them long spiritual.
Right.
This is a religion.
Right. But just
so from Israel, the Jews that came from Germany, people that run the music,
right?
Those are the people that run Hollywood. They run the porn industry. Those people ain't talking about that. They pretty much are the porn industry with an iron fist. They control the porn industry. The Jews. And don't nobody want to talk about that. They always act like the Jews are just good people. They're the toilet stool of humanity, if you ask me.
But in a nutshell, it's the people who call themselves Jews. They're not real Jews, but anyway.
No, they're not. They're not.
Right.
I agree with that.
So my point is you can't walk outside and just know who they are, So, but they are white supremacists. They do believe in white supremacy, So that's my point. So, and they do fear.
I got to go, but you got to unpack. Why do they have the highest IQs on the planet?
No, who told you that?
Go look it up. Just go look it up.
No,
go look at the IQ list. Their IQ on average is 115.
That ain't true, man.
Okay.
Not nearly. But
I'm just telling you, the average African American IQ is 85.
Hell no, man. No.
Go look this stuff up, man.
No, man.
Hell no. I'm black, man. No. I love black people. You cut me, I'm gonna bleed red, black. I'm telling you, that's where it is. Now, if you if you go and look at the factors that contribute to the IQ, then you can understand why. But it's some reals. We need to be real about ourselves as a people,
right?
And not just gloss over. We are great. We're very great. I'm not gonna say we're not, but there are some things that we as a people need to work on, and we can't just sit up here and say, well, just try to gloss over stuff and act like there aren't some glaring issues that we have. Right. We do have those issues. That doesn't necessarily mean.
I asked you earlier.
Let me make a point. What I didn't say was that they're better than us. I don't believe that. What I'm saying is where we are. We have to be honest with that. To sit and say that the average white person doesn't have an IQ point that's 15 points higher is unrealistic and just not being truthful. If you go and study this, just go look at the list. It's a list.
And an average black person?
Yes, in America. The average African American has an IQ that's 15 points lower than the average white person.
Nah, man, that's not true, bro.
All you got to do is look at the factors that go into it, like nutrition, stress. Who has the most stress? Who has the worst nutrition? You see what I'm saying? It's factors that don't mean it just means that they got better nutrition, they got higher economic system, better education system. These are the factors that contribute to your IQ. You just see, I think subconsciously, you think I'm saying they better than us, and I don't believe that.
Right. I agree with everything you just said afterwards, all that nutrient. But again, so you're going from talking about the average white person to a black person that's less than average. So if you're talking nutrition, a white person that's got the same nutrition level as a black person, if they come from the same, then they're both average. Their IQ is going to be about the same.
That's not going to be the case, probably more than likely, because hold on. If you average out of the 40 million blacks, most of us are disproportionately poor, right? So more of us are going to have worse education system, worse IQ. So we're going to have that lower IQ because of that.
Here's a question for you. In Montgomery, do you think there are more blacks living in the ghetto than there are blacks doing well?
Hell yeah.
Really?
Hell yeah. I'm from Montgomery. Yeah.
So
the average household income in Montgomery is $35,000. 34. It's real low.
And how many people in that household?
I get that, but you talking about I'm just bringing that in to make a point. People in white Montgomery, white people in Montgomery live like kings. They just do. It's unfair. You could. It's white folks in Montgomery. Hold on. When you get a chance,
you're talking numbers.
And listen to me. Ride down to Montgomery. Ride out there past Lakes. Right out there in the neighborhood. Look at these $400,000 houses. All these white folks. And you like, okay, how do you afford a $400,000 mortgage?
Again, but because there are a whole lot more white folk in Montgomery. So, but
no, Montgomery is actually 60-some% black. It's on the census.
I don't know about that.
I'm telling you about my own city. I'm telling you, we're one of the most.
But every time I come to Montgomery, I see more white people on the roads than I see black people.
I understand you see white people. You go to the good side of Montgomery. I'm telling you from the census of 2010. Let me make this point. From the census of 2010, Montgomery is 55 to 60% black. I'm telling you this from a fact.
Okay,
I'm not just saying I'm from there.
I got what you're saying, but the reality is, when I roll into Montgomery, I should see more black people than I see white people in any.
That's you. That's anecdotal. You using anecdotes against the actual facts.
No, that's just.
So you saying that the United States Government Census Bureau was wrong when they put Montgomery in the top 10 of most densely black populated areas, cities in the country. We up there with Detroit.
So sub-zero. Now, so you believe everything. So the U.S. Census Bureau, are they black or white?
Oh man, you can't just go with this white supremacy.
Hold on.
Montgomery was a whole slave hangover.
You got
I'm not getting upset. I'm just saying this.
But you got to listen to what I'm saying, though. Listen to me. So if you sit around all day reading stats, go outside. Stats you ought to be able to see with your own eyes. Is what I'm telling you. Hey,
dude, I take you to Montgomery, you ain't gonna see nothing but niggas. I take you to the hood. Ain't nothing to it.
But of course, but shit,
give me your phone number. Next time I go to Montgomery, I'm gonna pick you up at Auburn and I'm gonna take you down and I'm gonna show you where we at.
Okay, I'm gonna show you. But look,
I know my people. That's my home. I'm telling you.
But I hear you. But I can come to Montgomery and I've only been there 4 times. So I can come to Montgomery.
So you gonna go to Montgomery 4 times and you gonna tell me that that Montgomery's more white than black.
But hold up. So what I'm telling you, in the 4 times that I drove through Montgomery, I see more white faces.
Your ass with the EKs out there with Eastdale Mall out there in the good area because you ain't got no reason to go in the hood. Trust me.
But my point is,
Montgomery is black. It's a black city. Trust me. I wouldn't argue with you about Sacramento.
I'm just trying to get you to see. So your point is the black section, because one, you're telling me Montgomery, all the black people stay to where you guys stay put. So you only stay over there, and then that section of Montgomery is bigger than all the rest of Montgomery put together. Is what you're telling me.
Yep.
Okay, that's just I just want you to hear what you said, because you're telling me that if you carve out that black section of Montgomery, remove it from the state, and then fold the rest of that state, that black section is bigger than the rest of it put together. Is what you're telling me. And not only that, but they all stay right there. They don't.
I ain't got to do all that. I'm just telling you what the damn 2010 census said.
Again, you should see it.
Going all that, man. I'm telling you, Montgomery is one of the most densely black counties in the damn country.
I don't debate you on that.
In fact, when you look, hold on, let me talk. When you look at the election map, Montgomery navy blue, because it's black. I'm telling you.
I'm not going to debate you on what they say. I'm just debating you on what I see. I don't see.
But you can't give me anecdotal evidence. That's the problem with YouTube. A lot of females say, well, I dated a white man and he treated me great, so black men ain't shit. You can't say that.
That's completely different, man. You know, so we're talking about stepping out. We're talking about stepping outdoors and just looking, man.
Man. Hey, I like you so, bro. I like you, man. You funny, boy. But you might, and again, you might be, you know, I'm not telling you that you're lying. I'm just saying but you got to look at it from how I'm looking at it. You're saying the black section, that the black folk only stay in the black section. That whole section is bigger than the rest of Montgomery put together, is what you're telling me. So, which is possible. It's possible, you know. So, and then you're telling me that section is mostly poor people. That black people are not excelling in Montgomery. That's what. So this is what you're saying. You're saying that black people in Montgomery just don't excel, man. That they're more loose. That more black people that are okay with being, like you just said, at the poverty or under the poverty level, is what you're telling me. It's not just me. It's Wikipedia.
Okay, well,
it's Wikipedia right now. I'm gonna tell you. I got the numbers.
The U.S. and that you believe it.
No, I got the numbers in front of me. Detroit is 84%. Jackson, Mississippi, 80%. Miami Gardens, Florida, 77%. Birmingham, Alabama, 74%.
Okay.
Baltimore, Maryland, Memphis, Tennessee, New Orleans, Flint, Michigan, Montgomery, Alabama. 57.4%. Didn't I say 55 to 60%? Okay. Didn't I say that? Montgomery is one of the most densely populated black cities in the United States. That's all I was saying. In fact, the state of Alabama, if you go to black demographics, which I think that's ran by a black man, go to blackdemographics.com, the state of Alabama is number 16 for states. And it ain't number 4 million people in the whole damn state. But because Birmingham and Montgomery is mostly black, it's more black people in I think in Alabama than there are in Connecticut. And you know Connecticut.
Right, of course. That's any southern state, man. So but my point is
so I mean the point I was trying to make was that if you take that, those are one of the factors in Alabama. I'm from Montgomery. It's wealth in Montgomery that you would not believe. It's some rich ass ex-former slave families in Montgomery that own half that damn city.
I believe.
In fact, the mayor, listen to me now. The mayor of Montgomery's name is Strange, right? His name is, I think it's Luther Strange or something like that.
Okay.
He had him and Blunt. It's a guy named Blunt. These guys were billionaires. Blunt didn't even want his name on the Forbes list. He got buffaloes and shit in his front yard with a big ass lake.
Hey, hold on a second.
It's old, rich, black, former slave money in Montgomery, Alabama, like you wouldn't believe. So them white folks out there, ultra rich. People don't know that shit. They think, see, Montgomery real quiet. I'm telling you now, it's a lot of ultra rich white folks. You got a few black folks that graduated from Alabama State and Tuskegee, got their little insurance companies. They made a few dollars here and there, a couple of millionaires here and there. But for the most part, most black folks in Montgomery broke as hell. That's why it was 13,000 people applying at the Hyundai plant to make $14 an hour.
Okay.
I'm trying to tell you, bro. It's broke in Montgomery.
Okay.
It's a lot of poor niggas in Montgomery. I love my city, but we broke down there now. Montgomery, that's why I'm up here in Atlanta.
Well, look. I ain't gonna knock you on what you're saying, but this is my question. So if you take somebody from the hood of Montgomery and somebody from poor trash trailer park, and you get them both the same test, you telling me that? You tell me that? Huh?
They're gonna be about the same.
Exactly, because otherwise you're telling me that poor white trash kid gonna ace that test more than that poor black kid, and that's bullshit, man. That's what I'm telling you. So if you take two people from the same basic.
Listen, man. I think you got a little offended, or I don't know about that point when I made about the IQs. We are disproportionately more poor, so we're gonna be disproportionately have a lower IQ.
Right. There you go. Right, but don't say average.
And that's what I said. You're not looking at the factors that go into an IQ.
Yeah.
Because it's diet. Some of it is genetics. It is, but we're not genetically inferior. We already know history tells us that. We ain't got to worry about that. So that's not the issue. Yeah, it's a lot of other but genetics does play a part, because if you take two PhDs and they have a baby, that baby has a higher propensity of having a high IQ if you got two parents with an IQ over a 140.
Oh yeah, of course.
You have to.
Of course.
So it does affect that. But if I take a kid from the hood and I get him in math from the time he's 3 years old, and I'm working with him, and then he gets a PhD and he got an IQ of 150.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You can work on it. You can maximize it, but there are limitations to it.
Right. Okay, well now.
There are limitations. You can't just, some people are just, I hate to say, I got some dudes I know, they good people, but I just don't see them doing it. They just don't have the brain capacity. Some of them. I'm just being straight up. It does happen. Love them to death, but that's just real. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, all I'm saying is we as a people can change our situation, I believe, within 2 generations if we come together economically and do start doing some things, making some moves, and empowering ourselves and become about black empowerment. But if we stay on this whole, white supremacy so powerful that I can't even start a damn lemonade stand. And niggas like that, I can't stand them. Every damn thing you come up with, white man gonna do. No, nigga. No, I done made $600,000 in a year before.
Right.
So I know it can be done. Don't hand me that.
That's right. There you go. That's what I like hearing. That's right. So, but look, baby, me and you gonna do this again, man. So, you know, I got.
Hey, send me your number on the IM or something, man. I'll chop it up with you sometime.
Okay, baby, I'm gonna do that, man.
All right, bet.
All right, in a minute.
All right.